Hey guys, what's going on? Hope you're having a good Saturday. I've had a fantastic August so far. It's been just fantastic. So, even though the SPY has been going down, you can see this is the start of August right here. It's basically gone down in a straight line, 2.77% all the way down. I've seen so many people that are long biased just blow up their accounts, including some friends of mine, so it's not the best at all. I hope things rebound soon. But here's the cool thing. The consistent passive profit strategy that Lance from Theta Traders and I have been promoting, and we did a webinar on exactly a month ago, has done really, really well despite the market downturn. And so that's what we mean by consistent, right? So you can turn 5,000 into 10,000 or 10,000 into 20,000, but it's no good if you then lose it all as soon as the market does this, it just goes straight down for the whole month. And that's where a lot of people get caught out. They don't realize that consistency and peace of mind are worth a lot more than potential upside returns, in some people's opinions, and in my opinion. So, maybe you understand where I'm coming from. Conservative, consistent profits where you basically can sleep at night can often be a lot better than ones where you're trying to turn 5,000 into 100,000. Not for everybody. Not everybody has enough capital to make it worthwhile. Some people have to do that 5,000 into 100,000. Otherwise, it's just not worth it for them, or they're addicted to the gambling feel of it. There's a lot of reasons, but if you have more than $10,000 doing nothing, or if you keep losing that $10,000, you might want to consider the program that Lance started a month ago, and I am also helping him with in the Discord, which is thetatraders.com. Now, it's one of the strategies. It's my favorite, and it's the one that we're selling independently of all the rest, so let me show you this really quickly. So if you go to the thetatraders.com website, we basically have different tiers of memberships. There's a quarterly membership, but it doesn't include what I'm going to talk about today. But you do get a 7-day free trial, and it enables you to come in and see what sort of put credit spreads are going on, what cash secured puts are going on, what 0DTE SPX alerts are going on, and to get to know Lance and myself a little bit, to try and get a feel for this style of trading, learn the basics. However, the real money is being made in this tier, which is the consistent passive profits tier, which has only one thing. And sometimes simpler is better, right? Sometimes it's just better. We do weekly future puts and also future strangles and covered strangles. And this thing hasn't lost a trade in over a year and a half. I've never lost a trade. Lance has never lost a trade. It's just fantastic. So I wanted to show you some data just to kind of prove my point. I mean, it's hard to prove anything in this business, but just to give you some more evidence that these strategies work. Before I do that, I want to mention that these are not hard trades. They sound hard because, first of all, they're selling futures options, and people will balk at that. It takes about 20 minutes to set up a Tasty Trades account. You need a minimum of $2,000. You set up a Tasty Trades account. It takes about half hour to work through the course that we have inside this program, and then you can get started selling futures options. You can do it once a week, which is what we kind of recommend. That's kind of the core of the program. Or you can do it as much as you want, which is what I'm starting to do because it makes me more money. But sometimes, less is more. So let's have a look. Let's go into this. So, for you guys that follow the channel, you might remember that on the 24th of July, so a month ago from now, it's now the 26th of August, about a month ago, Lance and I did a live webinar, which was called The Secret Strategy for Consistent Passive Profits, where we talked about how basically this works roughly, how I'm making money to pay for a new car, basically using this strategy. It takes about 30 seconds a week. You can do a lot more if you want, but the bare minimum will still get you significant returns every month just by doing that. So the video is quite long. It was live. There was tons of questions. I'll load it up now. Just get through this ad, and then I'll switch to the point I wanted to make. Okay, So in the webinar, I showed my first month, which was, this was the profit and loss. Now it says year to date, but I'd only been doing this for like a month. So this is what I'd made. And it only used, buying power being used was about $5,000 to $10,000. I'm not sure exactly how much, but roughly that. And that was in July. And so what I wanted to do is show you August's profit, despite the fact that SPY has gone down 2.77%. Now this is not a long bias strategy, but it helps if the stock doesn't drop too much. It can go sideways or down a bit, but if it goes down too much, then that's also a problem. 2.77%, it's kind of a lot when you think about it. 2.77%, if you look at the actual, like if you zoom out, actually I'll do it on here. So if you look at the drop that we had, starting in July, the end of July, or like right here, this is a major pullback compared to what's been happening over the last while. So we had this long bull run, a lot of people were making a lot of money, and we had this huge pullback, 2.77% on SPY. So what happened with the account, which is for consistent passive profits? Well, if we look at my Tasty trade account right here and zoom in, whoop, and go down like here, you can see that the profit loss year to date, which again, it's not the whole year, this is not my yearly profit, this is just since I started this one strategy. I opened this account and, Lance convinced me, he's like, you know what, Russell, this is amazing, check it out. So I moved money into this account. 1,600, if you look at what it was when we did the webinar just 4 weeks ago, it was 955, which is significant. It's a significant change. Barely doing anything, literally 30 seconds of work here and there, like nothing. Don't have to worry about it, wasn't stressing out at all, barely looked at anything ever. So significant change in the profit and loss just in this last month. I think it's like 600 odd bucks, which is great. Now that was using about $15,000 in buying power. I have more in the account. I think I have 25,000. But what I'm doing is I'm taking out the payments. So it's kind of funny. I'm taking out the payments and paying the car payment with anything we make. I'm not desperate to compound this as fast as possible. You can do that if you want. That really helps. Compounding is amazing. But I've been just basically using this like a side hustle where I'm just like, okay, cool, made 600 bucks. I'll just take that out because it's no extra work. It's like free money. I can't recommend this service enough. I think it's one of the best out there. You're not going to triple your account in a month or 2 months or 3 months, but you are going to get consistent, stress-free income, which is always great. And it's not negligible either. It's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars. If you have a big account, it's thousands of dollars every month, so it's pretty fantastic. So what I recommend you doing if you're interested is you can either email me, leave a message in the comments below, talk to Lance at thetatraders.com. I can help you get in touch with him if you don't have his email. Here is basically the Launchpass sheet for signing up. Normally this is going to be a lot more expensive. I've actually forgotten to change the price. This is a one-time fee, so basically I've made the one-time fee doing pretty much nothing. Way more than that in a month or so. 2 months, and that's just gone, and now you have basically this access to this community of people. So we have a chat room, in here, and we have the alerts in here, and Lance is generally available to talk about everything. We have a course in here, so you can go and check out the course. So you get all this stuff. You basically get how to make passive income. It's probably the easiest business model I've ever seen. So I've done a ton of online businesses over the years, and I've never seen anything like this. It's pretty amazing. I love it. So if we go back to the page right here, let's get rid of the SPY, this guy. So for the 997, you can make about, and we hate making promises because you can be more aggressive if you want. Like, and we can teach you and tell you how to do this. The problem is the more aggressive you become, the more risk you're putting yourself at. And the philosophy of this service is really really laid back, free money essentially. You don't have to worry about things, you're not going to see drawdowns, everything's cool. But if you want to make a lot more, you can, and we can show you how to do that. So these numbers are very just like arbitrary. You know, you can make 30-40% profits a year, which is 30 seconds of work a week. You can set it and forget it. We're being really conservative. So if you're fed up losing money on programs that are promising 50, 100, 200, 300% wins like every month, then this might be the service for you to try. And don't be put off by the fact that it's futures or selling options. There's a course included, and Lance is usually on hand, or myself, to teach you the basics on how to do this. So there's a quick start course. You can see it here. It walks you through how to do it. You can get a one-on-one Zoom call with Lance to get started and talk about the strategies. We've kind of limited this. If somebody really needs it, you know, I'd be happy to do the call on the basics of this stuff anyway. So, you know, I'm able to do these trades by myself and figure this stuff out mostly as well. Lance is the absolute expert. He's been doing this for like 10 years, 20 years now. So, you know, he knows this stuff better than me, but I can teach you how to do what I'm doing really easily. So, yeah. There's covered strangles alerts, which you don't have to do, but they can amplify your gains. They can be profitable in less than, you know, about a week, which can really help sort of recycle that capital. We're really, really conservative. So again, these numbers that you see with these small gains and things, that's just the way we're doing it, but you can amplify it yourself, which is really cool. We talk about position size guides. Again, that's conservative. You don't have to listen to us, but it might help you in the long run. Now, there is a money back guarantee, which we love to talk about because very few services offer money back guarantees. In order to get the money back guarantee, you have to read this document right down here. So if you're interested in making, you know, if you're like, oh, I don't want to buy this unless I can get money back guarantee, then you need to read this carefully and ask us questions about it before you purchase the program, so that you know what you're in for. Basically, the short of it is, we know that you can make the fee back, which is a one-time fee. This is not yearly or monthly or anything. This is a one-time fee to join the community forever, which we're constantly building and working on. I do it full-time. Lance is at it like pretty much full-time as well. So you can check out the money back guarantee conditions as well, which is pretty cool. So who's this for? It's for anybody who wants to learn how to stack the probabilities in your favor. The people that want to win 99% of their trades. That don't want to sit there going, oh my god, is Meta going to tank on earnings tomorrow night? Because if it does, I'm screwed, and if it doesn't, I'm going to be a millionaire. You know? I've done that. I've traded for a long, long time. I'm tired of that style of trading. I want to be able to live my life, make money passively like this. And that word passive is used a lot, but it's true. Passive income is possible. And you just have to structure it right. Let me show you one last time in my Tasty Trades account here. Again, this is my small account. I haven't funded it fully. You can see here the POP, which is the probability of profit. Look at these, 99.5% chance of being profitable, 99.5% chance of being profitable, 99.5% chance of being profitable. These are high profitability trades. So it helps you sleep at night. I forget I'm even in some of these. If the market really takes a downturn, I might open my account and be like, oh, what's going on? Maybe I need to do a hedge. And that's where people like Lance's expertise comes in. That if things do go bad in some way, like some black swan event, that's what everybody's always so frightened about. There are ways to simply hedge against those and make sure you maintain profitability even on the black swan death event that everybody's freaked out about when it comes to selling options. So you might want to consider this. I would highly recommend it. It's really all I'm doing at the moment because I'm so busy with family stuff. It's something that honestly can't recommend enough to you. If you're going to buy one particular service this year, I would go for this one. It's called, right up the top here, Consistent Passive Profits for a reason. It's consistent, which means there's no drawdowns worth talking about. It's passive, meaning You barely manage your positions, if at all. You let them expire worthless and collect a premium is great. And there's profits, which is always good. Hopefully that's helpful. Check the links in the description below. If you have any questions, just leave me some comments and I'll try and answer them or put you in touch with Lance. Hope you have a good weekend. Talk to you soon.